guests of the Why So Serious show on BlazeRadioOnline.com.
It is Monday, and it is time for the Why So Serious show. I'm Jesse Morrison, joined alongside senior correspondent Matt Kling, Evan Osherwitz, Mallory Schnell, and Jeremy Schnell. And Matt, I believe you have some breaking news of a certain celebrity. We have a lot of celebrity stuff going on today. We've got an interview later with JJ, the TikToker, and we our show got a like from Adam Amin on one of the polls that I put out today. And then Matt's got Matt's got the biggest celebrity news, so I'll throw it over to him.
Yeah, the biggest celebrity news is Hannah Ann is not on The Bachelorette this season, which I mean.
Why was she there?
Well, who knows where she is, but let's just say that she has internet access at this point in time, and she is posting like 20 times a day, like on her story
pictures,
about
right,
different things, and she might throw
Did
an
you say?
post on
Gorgeous
that.
pictures.
Yes, she's a very beautiful woman.
We have established on this show that A, she is a beautiful woman, and B, I believe that she got screwed over by stupid Pilot Pete.
He and Kelly are meant to be together.
Yeah, exactly. So she posts this picture a couple hours ago. She's very bronze.
Our show just got not safe for work, so there we go.
Yeah. So so she's wearing a bikini. She asks the question, am I more sweet or salty? Now I decided to comment because I think she's a
Shoot
sweet
your
gal.
shot, Matt. Yes.
So I comment, sweet as strawberry wine. And if you can see middle comment, it's hard to see with the ring light, but if you see Matt Kling _ sweet as strawberry wine. Well, whatever. But there's one like. It's the middle comment right here.
Yeah, I see it.
I see it.
Okay, who's the like?
One like. That one like comes from Miss Hannah Ann Sless.
Wow! Yes! Matt Kling! Listen, Kris Jenner works hard, but Matt Kling works harder. Let's go, Matt.
Sad news.
I'm wondering what Klinger's check mark is. Like, she's verified. Why isn't he? He works for a news station.
I'm not a personality. That's why.
Sadly, I Cassie Randolph is single. I decided to slide into her DMs and left her a very nice message with my phone number. And
I'm on your side, he said. I'm on your side.
He said, sorry about the Colton stuff. Like, she
I read the Colton stuff. I'm a big fan. But if you ever want someone to talk to that's outside of the celebrity realm, then I'm here for you. And I gave her my number.
She's not trying to be a celebrity.
I know, that's what I said. I said if you want to talk to someone outside of the celebrity space.
Treat her like a normal person.
I did. That's what I said. I said I would treat her like a normal person, but I don't see what I'm doing wrong.
Did I do anything wrong?
I have a theory. I have a theory for Hannah Ann. So Hannah Ann and Becca were both there. What do they both have in common? They were proposed to and then broken up. They were like second choice kind of.
Wow.
They were.
Aisha is like the second choice, like Bachelorette. So maybe Hannah Ann and Becca are there just to like give her a pep talk. You know how like they do that sometimes. So
is that necessary during a pandemic? Nobody's taking this seriously.
They were probably tested.
A pep talk.
A pep talk is essential.
Put it on the poll. The pep talk essential.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Is a pep talk essential?
It's an essential business. You want me to give you a pep talk?
Can't you have a pep talk over Zoom?
All right.
Wait, fly there.
Matt. Okay, here we go. Pep talk me. I'm going into The Bachelor. I'm now the next choice to be The Bachelor, the second choice to be The Bachelor because the original Bachelor left. Go.
Marie Dunn, don't listen. Oh, you're talking to Matt.
No, hypothetically, I'm The Bachelor coming onto The Bachelor, and I'm the second choice Bachelor.
I'll give you a pep talk right now. You find a woman, you stick to that woman, and you play the rest of them, except the woman you choose. You You play the rest of the woman. You play to win the game.
Yes.
You win the game.
Yes.
The woman you choose in the beginning, and you get married. You live happily ever after for 90 days. The end.
Jesse, I don't know about you.
For
I'm
9
ready
days.
to run. Jesse, I don't know about you. I'm ready to run through a wall right now.
I'm a little confused. We'll get back to the Bachelor and switching who you.
Talk about the Bachelor news that you wanted to talk about now, because we're on that topic.
Yeah, but I kind of want to come back to it because there's some bigger sports news out there that I'd like to get to real quick.
A lot of big sports news today, and we're talking about the Bachelor, which is the biggest.
Okay, okay. Raise your hand if you want me to just finish up with the Bachelor talk now. Talk about today's episode of Bachelor Go. Okay. Everybody says that they want me to talk about Bachelor Go. We're just gonna lead with this talk. So today,
again, we're doing our production talk on the show.
It's just we've done this for a year and a half. Actually, yeah, for a year and a half, we have done Bachelor. We've done producing on the show. I don't know why people don't just send me their ideas. Like literally, I've tried show meetings so many times, but it just doesn't work because everybody just reads my message. Hold on. No. You don't get a chance to talk. I will mute everybody on here so I can make this point. I say today there was something questionable that was kind of funny that I wanted to talk about. I didn't leave it on the show plan because when I sent in the group chat, do you all want to talk about this on the show? Is it okay to talk about this on the show? I just got Alex Coyle, who still isn't here, and Evan just reading the message and not giving me any feedback. Somebody give me some feedback. Somebody just stop giving me all the work. Like, it is so freaking annoying.
I still don't know what that video was. It looked like a Megan Thee Stallion music video.
No, we're not.
Okay.
We could talk about that thing later on.
Okay, I'm not going to dive too deep into this, but whatever it wasn't given any context. So, I didn't know.
Okay, all right, we're talking about it. Do you know who Ben Shapiro is?
Yes.
Okay. Do you know that he is only 36 years old?
I guess I was vaguely aware of that.
When he was basically reading the lyrics to the Megan Thee Stallion song. I would play it.
Song. It's Cardi B.
Cardi B and Megan Thee Stallion. And he was talking about how the lyrics were vulgar or whatever, and he was reading the song and he was saying stuff like the P word because he sounded like he was 40 years older than he was. It was so funny.
Okay. Question. Put it on the poll. Is it Megan Thee Stallion or Megan the Stallion?
How do you put that on the poll?
I'll figure it out.
THE or THA?
Okay,
it's THEE.
Yeah.
But here's the thing. My take on that song is that it is the stupidest, best, trashiest, amazingest song ever. It's like, it's so bad, it's so good.
Oh, it's awful, but it's great.
Yeah.
I don't have a problem with the song, but I do think Ben Shapiro should read hip hop lyrics way more often for our enjoyment.
He should stop being racist and just read hip hop lyrics because it's so bad and so good at the same time.
I find it better when Tim Kurchin reads Pitbull lyrics, though. It's much better when Tim Kurchin reads.
Or Poppy reading Drake lyrics.
No.
Other rap lyrics.
Oh, wow. All right. Well, going back to The Bachelor after my rant and getting to Ben Shapiro stuff, it was Jason Mesnick's season from 2009. He was the first Bachelor or Bachelorette, I believe, that had switched up. So basically, he proposed to this girl, Melissa, but then realized that he was still in love with this other girl, Molly.
The proposal was so heartbreaking because that it's not gonna go well after, and she's like, yes, and she's on her knees, she's like, oh my gosh, this is amazing, the best day of my life, and everything is so heartbreaking.
Okay, hold up. After the final rose ceremony I was practically crying. I was like, oh my gosh, they're meant to be together. This is so amazing. Him and Molly. Yes. Melissa, I guess he was being mean to her, but at the same time, it's such a small, and Molly said this, it's such a small window of time, and you've got to make all these decisions really quickly that for bachelors and bachelorettes, if they switch, who they choose, like, it's very understandable in my opinion, because it is a very short amount of time to choose someone out of 25 people to spend the rest of your life with. And it ended up, Jason, they're still together. They renewed their vows on the show tonight. So yeah, I was very, I was, I thought it was sweet. Like, I thought, like, the whole Molly and, like, the fact that he cried so much for her, and, like, I think he just didn't, like, think through his decision. And yeah, he should have handled it differently. But, at the end of the day, like, I think that it's okay. It worked out for everyone. I mean, I don't think Melissa's too mad at him. Like, she sent her best to them, I think, when they got married. So it's like, I think people who go on the show understand that it's reality television. I don't know, Mallory, do you have any thoughts?
Yeah, I mean, Jason, they call it the Mesnick. It's a thing now. People switch who they choose, and it sucks to be the girl that was originally chosen, but
because it's such a romantic, but it's like such a romantic time, like amazing proposal. Just like imagine like all that beautifulness and then being proposed to in front of a live audience instead of like being proposed to on a nice beautiful.
He wasn't proposed to on a live audience. Ari
and Lauren and Becca.
But still, just imagine like, you could have had like the beautiful moment on the beach or
you don't know like where.
Sometimes it doesn't work out that way. Like they started dating and weren't compatible. Like it's different on the TV set versus in real life. So I don't think we should.
So happy.
Well,
I don't think
everyone's happy now.
She's
so it's
married
like,
now.
Yeah, and it has kids.
I don't think it's good to rip the Bachelor or Bachelorette for changing their mind off of the short.
I would never rip Ari.
Yeah, Ari was a I don't know.
I just think with the Ari situation,
he was just boring.
Lauren wasn't like good in that type of environment. Like she wasn't opening up to him, so like he felt like he had to go with Becca. But then he was just like, realizing, like, just thinking about Lauren, and then they're, now they have a kid and stuff.
Baby Alessi.
Our favorite Bachelor baby.
They have a second kid on the way?
Yeah. I can't wait for that Instagram account.
I'm sure they already have an Instagram account going. You got to figure it out.
3 months from now, I'll be here. But I just am tired. I'm really tired of these GOAT episodes. Like they're getting so weird, and these awkward interviews, like the awkward interviews, especially with like, I think it was Melissa today that she was like, Chris was like, "Oh, it's so good to see you," because Chris totally keeps in touch with all of these people.
He does.
I don't believe it.
His girlfriend is the Bachelor like correspondent for like E or Entertainment Online, so like that kind of helps like keep everyone in touch.
Okay, well, anyway, the interviews are awkward, and it's always awkward, like, when he says, "Oh, it was so good to see you," and, like, Melissa went, "Sounds good."
Yeah, I noticed that.
I've not watched The Bachelor GOAT since, like, the second week of it, so.
It's too long. Like, shorten it an hour. Like, 2 hours. Like, it is too long. I don't need 3 hours of this. The season's already happened. Just get to the point.
We have a potential, like, Bachelor 15, 16-year-old couple. I didn't see the first part of that, but two of the contestants' kids like each other. And so Chris Harrison's trying to set them up.
Well, one of them said the other one was cute. The other one was playing video games.
Yeah.
Which would be Jeremy. The girl would say, "Oh, he's cute," and then
I'd be over here like,
we'd flash to Jeremy. What? I'm playing 2K.
And then, my favorite part is always Chris Harrison's son at the end, just waving to the camera.
I want an interview with him.
Yeah, me too.
How old is he?
You see, what you have to do is you have to be confident and just DM these people like I do, Jesse.
Or just comment on their Instagram posts like I do.
Boom.
I did. I DM'd the love of my life, Cassie Randolph.
I still think it's just the name.
I'm leaving that in. Like,
I would want to talk about Big Brother, but it did not record on my DVR last night, and
I forgot about that. We'll talk about Big Brother the next time you're on the show, because there's another episode. So on Thursday's show is when we can update on the Big Brother.
By the way, it's gonna be Wednesday this week.
Oh, it's gonna be Wednesday. Okay, then we'll wait till after Big Brother airs to record on.
We'll just catch up on Big Brother next week.
Whatever Mallory wants to do. All right. Well, do you guys want to talk about some sports?
Yeah.
Wednesday and Thursday we'll have Big Brother talk.
When are we talking about Big Brother?
Wednesday and Thursday.
Wednesday and Thursday. Okay.
On Wednesday. Well,
Matt doesn't want to talk about it. Let's produce off the show.
No, producing on the show is better. Producing on the fly is where I thrive. So
yeah, I guess I can tell. I don't know. Everybody.
You haven't. Listen. You want to.
I feel like I should just stop doing any work involved in the show, which would just make everyone else have to.
And there would be no show, and then
yeah, that's the problem. There would be no show.
Sad.
Literally, just throw something in the air and then let me, Evan, Mallory, Jeremy, or you just smack it out of the park.
I like structure. That's my thing.
Yeah,
I like structured chaos. But I'm going to share the screen real quick because, well, actually, I don't know. Who all watched the PGA Championship at the end of it?
I saw the shot, not live, but I've seen the shot. So.
All right. Well, a 23-year-old named Colin Morikawa, he's been on the tour for just over a year. He's a Cal product. He won the PGA Championship in San Francisco, which is really cool because he went to Cal. And he's already won 3 times on the tour.
Cal was in San Francisco.
Well, Cal is close to San Francisco. It's in Berkeley.
I mean, like, it's not San Francisco.
Did I say it was in San Francisco?
No, you said, which is really cool because the championship.
Close. It's close.
It's like 20 minutes away. It's 20 minutes away. It's basically.
I know where Cal is. I like to derail you.
Anger, rage, frustration. No, but yes, 23-year-old, 3rd win on tour already. After just being on the tour for just a little over a year. It's a major championship. It's his first major. Max says he's a star on the rise. And he had one of the most iconic shots in golf. And I will share the screen so I can show it to you all.
Hey, Bryson had a really nice putt too. So
here is the shot from Mr. Morikawa. It's on a par 4. They set the hole up for this pretty much. He hits it, and it lands on the green, and he hits that in for an eagle on a par 4, which is very rare, which basically sealed the deal for him. It's going to be one of the iconic shots. Yesterday, it was an amazing tournament. I can't believe that none of y'all watched it. At one point, there were 7 people in the final round tied for the lead. It was amazing. Like, I don't even know how you all didn't turn that on and just
I know why I didn't turn it on. It's because there's 5 other sports going on at once.
Yeah, but there was nothing as good.
Saturday, right?
There was nothing as good. What'd you say?
This was on Friday and Saturday, right?
This was on Sunday afternoon.
Okay, well then I have no excuse.
By the way, can we all agree that the Masters ratings are not going to be good this year because it's on a football Sunday as of now?
If there's football Sundays, we'll get to Major League Baseball's latest news. But the only thing that is a bummer about Morikawa's win, it's great for the Pac. It was a great tournament for the Pac-12 because Paul Casey, former ASU golfer standout, graduate, I believe, in 2000. He finished in 2nd. He was so close. He played so well. If it wasn't for that shot, there might have been a playoff. So hats off to Paul Casey. He would have been the first Englishman to win since 1919 if he had run. So bummer that he didn't win, but overall great for the Pac-12. I thought it was excellent golf. And, I've been someone that has been recently kind of trashing golf for being boring. Like, I think I've grown away from watching golf and gone more to just the playing side of golf, but nobody else cares about this but me. So I'm just going to move on to baseball. Zach Plesac and even worse, Mike Clevinger for the Indians. Zach Plesac decided to go out on the town with friends in Chicago, break all the protocols after he got the win on Saturday night. The Indians found out about that one, and they sent him home. I saw a funny meme of the bus from the Cleveland Major League. Yeah, I saw a funny meme. This is him going home. They gave him a rental car and told him to drive back to Cleveland, which is one of the most amazing stories that has come out of sports this year, in my opinion.
What? In that they gave him a rental car and told him to drive home?
Yeah, they didn't even keep him there in, Chicago, get him tested there, quarantine him there. They just said, get in the car and drive home. Like, this is an inexcusable act. Get in the car and drive home. But the even worse part about this, and the guy that should be getting more shame than even Plesac, was Mike Clevinger, who knew he had broken protocols and could be costing his team multiple games if he has COVID-19 and, endangering people's health. He flew home on the team plane and went out with Plesac. How? How does he do this? Like, this dude should be suspended for, the majority, if not the rest of the season. Like, that is so bad. Like, did he really think he was going to get away with it? Like, I'm so tired of this stuff. Like, do you want to play baseball? Do you want to play in the major leagues? Do you want to live out your childhood dream? Or do you want to go out on the town? I mean, come on.
Again, Tone, $5.
What I do?
By the way,
Tone.
if I had the sound control, which I do,
What I do?
and I wish I had, I would be playing the "Why So Serious" sound about 50 times per second while you were ranting.
I just joked about them sending Plesac home in a rental car.
It's very bad.
And then just went out of left field talking about Clevinger. Can we talk about the baseball story of the weekend, aka the COVID-19 violation baseball story of the weekend, which is the Astros shame tour?
Guys, man. Let me tell you.
Hold on. I think the rental car thing is really funny, especially since there's just seemed to be so many stories in baseball of players making long drives, like Ken Griffey Jr. just walking out on the Mariners that one time, driving back to Florida or whatever. I don't know what Seattle, it is with baseball players and cross-country road trips. They seem to really like that for some reason. And also, why were they celebrating in the first place? They're third in the Central right now, behind the Tigers and the Twins. Why are you celebrating, guys? Come on.
Torkelson less Tigers because they haven't called them up.
Also, Evan did it.
Right, but come on, guys. They act like they just won the World Series and they're third in the AL Central. Come on.
Evan, doesn't it remind you of the Gerard Gallant situation with the Panthers with the taxi?
Well, if they had hired him an Uber or a taxi to go back to Cleveland, then yeah. Gallant just has a way of getting fired at the weirdest times and in weirdest ways. But the rental car thing is pretty savage too. Definitely a close second.
Yeah.
Deserving punishment.
So there has been no punishment as of this broadcast for Ramon Laureano and the A's and the Astros for coming together yesterday.
I got one more thing before we move on to that. I believe there were some Colorado Rockies minor leaguers that overslept or something, and they had the game, I believe, in Albuquerque, and this was when Colorado's AAA played in Colorado Springs, I believe. And so instead of getting on a plane or whatever, they just all split an Uber from Colorado Springs all the way to Albuquerque, New Mexico. I believe that's the story. It was somewhere far away, but that's one of I don't know. Baseball players just seem to love the road trips,
Maybe put that on the poll.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Do baseball players love road trips?
Yes
okay,
or no?
Can we talk about this Astros A's non-fight?
Yes. Astros A's non-fight. Laureano should not get any punishment because no, he shouldn't.
Why?
The Astros instigated it. They fought him twice.
Oh, they
hit him
beamed him
and
twice.
Their bench coach was taunting him, but you still you can't charge the dugout and not get
their bench coach apparently said something about his mother, and that's when he.
I'm sorry, you can't say anything about anybody's mom without expecting to get punched in the face.
Put it on the poll.
The one thing that I thought was really funny is, did you guys notice that while he was walking down the first baseline, he was showing the guy how to throw a slider properly?
I thought that was so awesome.
You're not getting it inside enough. You need to pronate your wrist more or whatever. I thought that was really funny.
Pronate, big word. How about that?
If anything, they should reduce his suspension because of that.
The A's didn't hit the Astros once in this series.
No, it's the Astros just own the fact that you cheated. I don't know why I'm so angry today. I just got a lot of get a lot out today. I don't know.
You are a mood right now, Jesse. And it's very scary. Also, the Astros. What are we doing? We're not in that segment yet. The Astros are 7-9.
The entire show.
Yeah, Jose Altuve is hitting below 200. Where's your trash can at? Stop cheating away championships.
Trash can.
Do it right.
Tell him, Jesse. He is the trash can.
Stop cheating away championships from teams that do it the right way. Totally. Definitely, all of them do it the right way, other than the Astros.
How about Fernando?
Whoa. Is it that serious?
Fernando Tatis Jr. is on fire, guys.
Yeah, I had
it. Unless you cover in fantasy.
He is slugging over 700, has 8 home runs and 19 RBIs. Him and Aaron Judge are easily the MVPs in both leagues.
The season's almost over, so we can really correctly predict that those are the 2 MVPs.
Yeah, I mean, I think they are.
Very accurate. Prediction at this point, very accurate predicting.
But at the same time, it seems like they're almost every year you can accurately predict the MVP at 3 weeks into the season. So,
I mean, kind of. But I mean, there was that year that Mark Reynolds was amazing for 1 month in Cleveland, and then ended up getting designated for assignment, ending up on the Yankees by the end of the year. Yeah. There was that.
Hit me with a fact of the day sound.
Jeremy.
Hey, Travis.
Matt.
Today. We want it now. The fact of the day.
All right. Guess who leads Major League Baseball in grand slams since 2017? Anyone?
I'm gonna go with Aaron Judge.
No.
Didi Gregorius.
You are correct. He hit his 6th grand slam since 2017 this evening in the Phillies big win over.
He's got more pop than you think.
Oh, he's a stud.
He's a slugger.
He's a stud, and he wears a mask.
He does.
What country does he play for in the WBC?
DD?
Netherlands.
I asked Jesse.
Well, I was going to say the Netherlands. You know who else plays for the Netherlands, right?
Who?
Xander Bogaerts.
That's right.
You know who else played? You know who was from the Netherlands?
Who?
Former Orioles DUI getter Sidney Ponson.
Oh my gosh, what a name!
Out of nowhere.
Matt, are you excited for the 3-game series coming up this week, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, between my Baltimore Orioles and your Philadelphia Phillies?
I believe it's Wheeler tomorrow, so that should be a Phillies win. I don't know who's starting Wednesday or Thursday. Just get to the bullpen and make sure your bats are ready, because our bullpen is pretty bad. So, yeah.
Our bats have been we're in the top of the league, top 5 in the league in a lot of categories.
Well, because all the other teams haven't played yet.
Also, the ball has been flying out of the yard at Citizens Bank Park.
The ball always flies out of the yard at Citizens Bank Park.
Yeah, it really boosted Ryan Howard for years.
Anyway, we kind of skipped over the big news of the day from baseball.
What big news?
Big news of the day from baseball is that they are considering a bubble. They're in talks for a bubble for the postseason, so that there isn't a COVID-19 outbreak during the postseason, so they don't have to postpone or move around playoff games. So I think that's awesome. I'm excited. I think all of the sports should be in the bubble.
Yeah, that's a great idea, and it would have been an even better idea if they had implemented it for the regular season as well.
Thanks, Evan. Thank you.
Major League Baseball.
Thank you. All the bubble should be what we do from now on for sports until there's vaccine. Today there were zero. The WNBA came out today. Their bubble 0 positive tests. I believe the NHL this past weekend 0 positive tests. We'll talk about all this college football stuff with Max in a couple of days. I believe he wants to come on Thursday, so we'll talk with him on Thursday about that.
We want to play. Yeah, I'm sure you want to play behind your offensive linemen who are 300 pounds.
I have one take about it though. Once we get to the what are we doing, I might ruffle some feathers, but who cares? NBA, WNBA, the Phoenix Suns are 6-0 in the bubble,
and Devin Booker 7-0.
Jeremy, do you want to?
Booker is 7-0.
Yeah, you got the joke.
Yep,
yeah.
Is that because he shot today? Is that because he shot a shot against with Kendall Jenner? I think that's an L. I mean, look at the history of NBA. Look at the history of NBA players with Kardashian Jenner.
No, like Kendall Jenner always just makes them into her friends. Like it always. Why'd you make? Oh, okay. I thought you muted us. No, but Kendall Jenner always makes these basketball players into her friends. Apparently, Ben Simmons and her are now friends. I think Blake Griffin and her are now friends.
Yeah,
like,
well, Ben Simmons still can't shoot, so and
he's out for the season.
Yeah, so.
Jeremy, do you want to?
We learned today Devin Booker likes strawberries, and he can shoot from half court.
Yeah, I guess I don't know. I guess I'll just pull it up myself. That's from yesterday.
You want to share the Kendall Jenner Devin Booker thing?
No, I was gonna share the shot that he hit, but whatever you guys want to do. I don't remember where you shared it, so.
Yeah, no, hold on, I got you.
No, I got it. You know,
there's producing on the fly and there's negatives.
I got it, Jeremy. Here we go. So, sharing the screen. Here's Devin Booker's amazing shot. Let's rewind it back. No audio because I don't want to get. Oh, well, we get a copyright claim.
Left leg was the plant leg there.
It's insane, but my current roommate, former co-host, sometimes kind of co-host, still Travis Whitaker, still thinks that Devin Booker is overrated and not very good. It's his worst take. Next.
Wait, here's a question. How long do you think they can keep this up? Because at first it seemed like kind of unsustainable. They were only winning games by like a bucket or two. Now it's like blowout wins, and it's not like the Thunder are slouches either. Like they're
missing a lot. Like Danilo Gallinari wasn't playing.
Lukan's Dort looked good.
They dominated them today. Like if they end up making it in, I wouldn't want to play them right now.
Well,
the Lakers would be fine.
They have to be with. They have.
Have you seen the Lakers play the Suns this year? It's laughable.
Yeah. You don't want to see the Suns actually get into the playoffs because they're going to get their tails handed to them in 3 games and a quarter.
Give it up to Phoenix for, the Coyotes and the Suns to finally make the playoffs, and then for none of their fans to be able to show up. I mean, it would be the most Phoenix thing ever.
Yeah.
Mallory, do you got a bub date?
Play all of their games in Orlando from now on because they have a good record against the Magic usually.
Mm-hmm.
I remember a few years ago, Alex Len came into Orlando one night and dropped like 40 points on the Magic. So there's just something about Orlando.
Good offensive rebounder, Alex Len. That's about it.
What a throwback.
Yeah, another
league, right?
draft pick under the ownership of Robert Sarver. That guy was 5th overall.
He's looking for land in Orlando.
Can you talk about the bubble, Mallory? Bub date?
Bub date.
There's not much. Josh Richardson was under some heat for mixing his 2 cereals together.
What? I do that all the time. Who doesn't do that?
I don't know. But, you could see his whole DJ setup in there. It's pretty cool.
Kuzma getting doused in water by J.R. Smith after making the 3 today.
Yep.
Then
Yeah,
you
not
want to
great.
explain the whole D-Wade LeBron thing?
Okay, yeah. So here's Dwayne Wade today.
Not
Well,
D-Wade.
LeBron walked into the arena.
King James.
LeBron walked into the arena like that today.
Oh,
James.
And then D-Wade decided that he was gonna do this on the TNT set.
D-Wade.
Yeah.
Hey, D-Wade doesn't look too chubby.
I'm surprised
works out every
LeBron
day,
isn't,
and then,
more ripped than he is.
And then after the
Looks
game,
like
they
it looks
decided-
like he's packing some gristle there.
No, the tattoos cover up his abs.
Dwayne Wade has one tattoo on his
I'm
back.
talking about LeBron.
Oh.
Well, he has the.
I don't think Jesse knows who he's talking about.
I'm talking about LeBron.
Anyway, LeBron's
Exactly what
response.
I'm talking about.
LeBron's response to Dwayne Wade doing the open shirt.
Your look versus your good buddy's look, Omar. Dwayne Wade tonight.
Also, they would ask him that question.
With the open shirt. No comment. No comment. No comment. Is a retired player allowed to have that look? He needs to be outdoors right now. I tell you that. He need a little breeze going on, man. It's a little sweaty inside that studio.
All right, I have a poll
A
question.
little sweaty inside that studio. You can see Dwayne Wade's a little sweaty under his.
Yeah, I don't know how I feel about the open shirt on national television, but
This is my poll question. Do you like the 6 foot long mic stands for one of?
Yeah, but then the reporter got close to him to show him the picture on his phone. So like, what's the
it's
point
all
of that?
it's all for the optics because nobody needs to be wearing masks or having the mic thing because they're in a bubble where no one's testing positive.
No,
Yeah, but people are coming in and out.
people are
Are
coming
they
in.
though?
The cooks and stuff.
Yeah, but it's like super sanitized. I think, and they don't actually come in. The food is just delivered there. I
You
don't
never know. Like, there could be a fan that just runs up to you, there could be a fan that gets through security, just runs up to you as you're coming off the bus.
Okay, well, if that happens, then I mean, I guess when you're getting off the bus, then it's a good idea. Once you're in the arena, like that, can we just? I don't know. We're in a bubble. Like it's a bubble.
Industry is booming right now.
What'd you say?
Did you know the boom mic industry is booming right now?
All right, take a walk.
Speaking of booming, our friend Benjamin Kicks.
Oh my gosh, yeah, Ben Kicks went to high school with me. I had a class with him. He is doing really well in the Instagram game. He's buying shoes, selling shoes, all that. He was on Dixie D'Amelio's YouTube video yesterday.
Wow, that's so cool. I really care about Dixie D'Amelio. I care about
Charlie's sister.
TikTok people. I do love JJ. My boy JJ is awesome. I like
Guys, on our show.
No, like he's literally the only TikToker that I like have actually gravitated toward. I'm like, oh, this guy's funny. Like I like his cookout videos. He's pretty smart and has some he's got some flash.
Watch out for him. Might be a Cronkite next year.
Yeah. I'm trying to get him to go. He's joining tomorrow too.
All right, hit the fact of the day, Sam.
Again?
Yeah, we have an NBA one.
All right, I got some WNBA first.
Hey, Travis. The
Matt.
fact of the day.
Matt.
We want it now. The fact of the day.
This is the worst produce show of all time.
Did you know that the Brooklyn Nets have held a lead in every game this NBA season? They're the only team to do so. And last night they played the Clippers, who were the other team to have held a lead in every game this year. But the Nets led the whole game and won by 9. So now the Nets are the only team in basketball that has held a lead in every game this season. That is a crazy fact.
I also have a fact of the day.
Hey, Travis.
Jeremy.
The fact of the day. We want it now. The fact of the day.
The Washington Wizards are now below the Charlotte
about
Hornets.
Yeah, I made note of that last week, but
Yeah.
valiant effort.
Yeah.
Go walk to the bathroom. Get out. Get out.
I feel like we
That
should
was
talk
just
about
a
it
shot at Jesse. That was unnecessary.
Yeah. Back to what Klinger said about the Nets, like that is very impressive, but I feel like leads are less important are like in basketball than in other sports. Like
Yeah.
that statistic isn't as significant because there's so much scoring.
They could have a 2-0 lead and then lose.
Exactly.
by
Yeah.
50.
So it's impressive, but like not that impressive.
Yeah, I went to a Clippers game where they lost to Memphis by like 40 points. It was my last NBA game I've gone to. Maybe, who knows for how long. I'm going to get into the bubble at some point of one of these leagues. It's going to happen. Everyone knows it because I deserve to be in one of these leagues because I'm awesome and somebody should put me there. Am I right?
I'm trying to get you into the bubble, actually. I'm talking to someone that's in the bubble on Wednesday.
Yeah, please send which bubble?
The NBA bubble. I'm talking
Okay, cool. I don't care which one. If it's flying me tomorrow morning to MLS's back for a day, that'll be a win.
MLS is back championship tomorrow.
Yeah, and then MLS is planning on resuming their season in their cities coming up. So we'll see how it goes.
Yeah, no, it's now going to go back into the oblivion of no one cares
I
about.
don't understand it. I don't understand why they can't just play out their season in Orlando. Like, it just doesn't make any sense.
Also, Kevin Harvick winning 2 races in Michigan this weekend. But go ahead,
So boring. It was so boring. Kevin Harvick win at a track that's not, one of these stupid cookie cutter.
Road course this Sunday, Daytona Road Course. They're just going to be first-time winner. All right, Jesse, talk about WNBA.
No, wait. Speaking of MLS, Blaze Matuidi signed with Inter Miami.
Okay, WNBA, go.
Okay, so the big story in the WNBA, I'm not going to get into who's winning games and stuff. The big story is that everybody's getting hurt. So Diana Taurasi got hurt. Luckily, it was her hip and not her back, so she's probably not only going to miss, a few more games. Sue Bird has now missed 5 games. She missed the entire season last year. Father Time is undefeated. And then Kennedy Carter, this new rookie, she was off to a great start. She had an amazing game the other week, and she tweaked her ankle tonight. And then Satu Sabli, she was able to return tonight, but that would have been the second of those Oregon phenoms to get hurt this year and be out for an extended period of time. Luckily, she was able to return. We'll see if there's any more updates on that. But everyone's getting hurt, and it sucks because last year, the big story in the WNBA was that everyone was hurt before the season. Now they're getting hurt during the season. I don't know what it's from. I don't know. It just sucks.
Humidity in Florida.
Maybe.
Let's just play Florida for everything.
I mean, the NBA's had some injuries too. I mean, if you want to go to that.
I think that the injuries would be less of a risk with a 22-game season, but I guess not.
They're playing every day.
Because if it happens, then you have less time to come back. So
yeah, and especially since they're playing every other day instead of Mondays, Fridays, just random days like they do in the past. Like, it's gonna be, it's gonna suck because if you're hurt, you're gonna miss like 5 games or 3 to 4 games in a week. So like Sabrina, missing 14 games versus missing 14 games in the regular season, she's gonna miss the majority of the New York Liberty season. So it's unfortunate. But Jeremy, play the "What Are We Doing" sound.
oh my gosh, give me no time at all.
This is gonna be. What are we doing? This is gonna be. I need another can of bubbly for this one to hear Jesse's. So.
Oh yeah, I'm gonna start. So I'm just gonna go here because I should be. I've got freedom of speech, so whatever. Donald Trump, the president of the United States, tweeting today multiple times about how he wants college football. If you wanted college football, you would have kept your pandemic response team. That's all I've got to say. I hope that's not too strong, but I'm not going to say if I like Trump or don't like Trump. But all I'm going to say is that the pandemic response team is important, and you should keep it because when there's not a pandemic response team, giant pandemics where we become the worst country in the world in it happens. So you know what? If you really care about college football, which I'm sure Donald Trump watches because he's from New York City, which is the mecca of college football. I'm sure he really cares about college football. So you know what? If you want college football, make it safe to play and don't promote propaganda and promote wearing masks and everybody getting better and this country getting better so it's safe enough to play sports. So yeah, Donald Trump, what are we doing? Also, Alex Coyle, where are you? What are we doing?
I guess I'll go next if no one else wants to. My what are we doing is the entire Toronto Maple Leafs franchise. I don't know if you guys watched that game 5 yesterday, but literally everything they did in that game could be a what are we doing. First of all, that line change on the second Columbus goal might be the worst one I've ever seen. I mean, they had one guy on the ice and the puck was in their end. Liam Foudy had all day to shoot. Marincin didn't challenge him at all. Like, he just kind of twerked up Anderson right there. Like, if you're gonna be there, like, at least try and challenge the shooter, like try and block the shot. Sheldon Keefe breaking up the only line that was working for them in that game during the third period, putting William Nylander at center. What are you doing? Mitch Marner's moody post-game interview, basically just being really disrespectful to every reporter that asked him a question. The fact that they haven't won a playoff series in 16 years and haven't won a cup in 53. There's really endless material here, but Leafs, what are you doing? And then on top of that, not winning the draft lottery. So,
Disclaimer, Evan is a Montreal Canadiens fan. Matt, what's your what are we doing?
I yield my time to the Schnells right now. Go ahead, Schnells.
Okay, so I'll start with college football and then I'll go. I mean, you want the one I was going to do?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll go to college football. All of these quarterbacks, wide receivers, corners, all the skills position players saying that you want to play football. I haven't seen one offensive lineman say they want to play football.
I saw Cody Share of ASU. He's an offensive lineman.
Okay, a couple offensive.
So Jeremy's argument's basically just a mute point.
All of these skill position players that don't care about their offensive linemen and defensive linemen, what are you doing? Like, if you cared about your teammates, you wouldn't want to play this season. That's all I have to say.
I'm sure you can find plenty of offensive linemen tweeting that they want to play.
Okay, go play it. Then you're going to die playing football.
You might or you might not, but
it's already a very real risk without the whole coronavirus thing.
Well, yeah, there's that. And then Jesse's point is that they could stay home and get COVID, but
wait a minute. I'm just kind of playing devil's advocate where I'm saying Nick Saban might be. I really don't want to go down this road on today's show because there's not that a lot of the news that came out today was really non-news once we like went along with our day, but it's just like kind of postponed for now. But kind of what I just can kind of see where Nick Saban is coming from. Maybe playing football in a controlled setting where they're being tested all the time might be safer than them just, out on campus doing whatever they want or back home.
They don't have the rapid response tests, though. They don't have that same
– I think some schools do.
Not that –
Ohio State and ASU players have both said they feel pretty safe.
Okay, yeah, but those are teams that want to play.
Every team wants to play.
I've seen a couple teams that have said, like, this is not a good idea, like Old Dominion. Like,
so Old Dominion can stop. I wish they weren't even in the FBS. They beat Virginia Tech. It was a terrible win.
What I have to say about all this, like, they could stay home and go out and get COVID, yes. But going to campus and going and playing football and being around normal students, yes, they could do a bubble, but I don't think that's practical at this point. It doesn't seem like the NCAA wants to do that. It's a lot less safe at a school like Arizona State where there's 90,000 plus kids that walk around that campus.
I think anything with Herm Edwards is pretty safe. That's my opinion. I think that any kid. I think you're wrong, Jeremy, in saying I think everybody on that team loves him. Every single player, 100%, every one of them.
I'm sure there's one kid that wants more playing time and doesn't get more playing time.
Yeah, but I'm sure they still love her.
You never know, dude. Like you don't know that, dude. Like
I'm confident in saying that. I'm confident in saying that.
I'm going to. Can I, Schnells? Can I have my time back?
yes, and then Mallory will go.
Okay. So my what are we doing is related to that, but it's not necessarily a rant. It's kind of a progressive-ish idea. Instead of
I thought you hated the libs.
instead of scrapping the fall, moving to the spring, whatnot, here's my suggestion. Why don't you just
Deal with my take. The Stugatz is strong in you.
space out the season? Every other week. Play every other week. Play till February. I don't care. Like, and this isn't just for football. This is for soccer. This is for volleyball. This is for other fall sports. Because you have to think of those athletes too. Yeah, there's athletes. There's other athletes that are supposed to.
What about like the men's soccer teams in the Pac-12 that there are not too many of them and they have to play a big
too.
Yeah, but there are not too many of the teams in the Pac-12 and they have to play a big non-conference schedule. And there are a lot of teams in the non-conference schedule that don't want to play them.
They could just play a lot of games against each other.
Look, I'm going to take the business side of this. Look, obviously, any sort of business-related arguments, you can agree and disagree with, but you can't disagree that these small towns, these college towns, thrive off game days. Now, of course, no fans, probably most of them, unless they're in a good controlled state, and even those would not have fans. But, spacing out the season to allow for, if there's an outbreak, to shut a team down for a couple weeks. You will still have your football season. Like I said, play till February. Don't.
Yeah, but an older coach could still die. An offensive lineman that is three, or a defensive tackle, like a nose tackle that is 350 pounds. That is technically, even though a lot of these guys that are 290 are 290 and have six packs, not every one of them is. Some of them are Vince Wilfork, and technically, medically speaking, that is obesity. And obesity is worse. Obesity makes the coronavirus worse. So it
makes you more susceptible to more dangerous side effects. And
yes,
football may include death.
Football is worrisome for me.
It is worrisome, but I think that for the people that both sides of the argument should come together and find the compromise. And I think the compromise would be play, but play with caution and just spread it out. Because
I'll give my crazy take in a couple of days. Mallory, what are we doing?
TJ Warren was
cash considerations.
He's been pretty good in the bubble. Let's look at some of his other games before today. 53 points, 34 points, 32 points, 39 points. Today versus the Miami Heat and Jimmy Butler, 12 points.
Dang, what happened? What happened, TJ?
Cash considerations.
Dang it, man. You know what? We put an end to Linsanity back in the day when Mark.
Hockey talk. So, Evan, big hockey news today. The biggest hockey news of the day is that the New York Rangers, recently eliminated, have gotten the number one pick in the draft lottery, and they will get this phenomenal player prospect from the Quebec Major Junior Hockey League. I was watching his highlights recently, and man, he is fast, and he can score, and he can pass. Wow, it was just great. It was just great to watch. But Evan, what is his name? Because I can't say it.
So his name is Alexis Lafrenière. He is a left winger from the Rimouski Océanique, which is the same team that Sidney Crosby and Vincent Lecavalier played for. So there's a team that's produced some big.
How come you didn't wait? Hold on. How come you didn't say Lecavalier in a French accent? You just kind of said Lecavalier.
Because he did.
No, it's Vincent Lecavalier.
Sure,
just go on.
Anyway, the Rangers really lucked out here. They had a chance to make the playoffs anyway if the season had not been paused. Didn't look too good in the play-in round, but I'm just thinking to what their top 6 is going to look like next year with Lafrenière, Capo Caco, Artemi Panarin, Mika Zibanejad, Chris Kreider, whose contract looks a little bit bloated right now.
How old is he?
One more time?
How old is he?
Chris Kreider?
Yeah.
I think he turns 30 next year.
I
But
feel like he's been in the league forever.
He's 29 right now. He'll be 36 when the contract is up. It's for 7 years. Kind of rich, especially since Lafrenière is also a left winger, and you just signed Artemi Panarin, who's also a left winger. And I can't think of a lot of GMs that are going to want to trade for Kreider, especially with some of the injuries he's had. But this pick definitely gives you flexibility to move somebody else out and address some other issues on the team. Like, I think their blue line could use a little bit of work. I really like Adam Fox, but, fans complain about Mark Stahl and his play a lot. Tony DeAngelo's a restricted. We'll see what kind of money he gets. He had a great season offensively, but that's really all he can do is put up points. I don't think he's really a guy you can lean on to, play really big minutes back there. Goaltending, I think they're fine. But this is going to be a really, really good team next year with Lafrenière. He's a guy who's going to come in, play right away, be an impact player right away. And the Metro division was already probably the strongest in the league. We could have like 6 teams with 95 plus points coming out of the Metro next year. And one of them is going to have to miss the playoffs. So that's going to be a lot of fun. The Rangers would not have been my first pick to win the lottery. Like, if I could choose, I think there were definitely other teams that could have used Lafrenière more. Definitely teams I would rather have had the number 1 pick. And, I'm just glad it's not Toronto, to be honest with you.
When the Rangers draft this guy, they'll be taking an L.
They'll be taking a guy whose name starts with an L, yes.
Oh my gosh,
but it'll be a huge win for the franchise, and I think Capo Caco is going to take a big step forward next year. So you've got amazing depth down the wings. Center position, still a little murky. Obviously, Zibanejad had a great year. Ryan Strome, I think ideally is a third-line center. So you might want to beef up the middle a little bit, but they also have a lot of other young guys coming in. So the Rangers are going to be a good team for a while, it looks like.
Hey Jesse, say that joke again. Say that joke you just said again.
When they draft the guy, his name starts with an L, they'll be taking an L.
Moving on from that,
I got one more thing to say.
All right.
The Pittsburgh Penguins didn't get the number 1. Yeah. My least favorite franchise in sports. Yeah, go cry about it, Pittsburgh. Wah, with your bajillion championships. Go cry about it. Go. I hope the Pens suffer like the Pirates. Yeah.
Oh, whoa. No.
I said I would stop watching hockey if the Pens got the number 1 pick.
Yeah. Yeah, Jeremy, you tell them.
I said I would.
Worst fans almost the worst fans in sports.
So 2 more things before we get to the other hockey news of today. I feel really bad for the Jets because if you remember on the first draft lottery, the placeholder that got chosen to be the number 1 pick was theirs. Like, they were the mystery team. And then they end up losing in the play-in round. And, let's be honest, they really could have used that draft pick too. They already have a lot of young talent. But, who knows how long they're going to have Blake Wheeler. They really could use another left winger. And it just would have been cool to see him go to Winnipeg because they don't usually get a lot of lucky breaks. So it sucks for them. And I don't know if you were watching the draft lottery today, but there were a lot of issues with how they presented it. I don't think we needed Gary Bettman to confirm all of the team's logos were correct. I think we can tell with our eyes which logo belongs to which team. We all watch hockey. And I don't know if you guys caught this either. The guy who was putting the balls in the machine dropped the Rangers ball before he was supposed to, and he had to take it back out and drop it back in again. So a lot of people are saying it's rigged because that ball was heavier and he dropped it in. And it's all a bunch of nonsense, but you know, you knew this was going to happen. NHL fans are like the biggest conspiracy theorists in sports. There was no way they could have avoided that.
I don't know. NBA fans are pretty bad too. Like they're always like, "Oh, the draft lottery's rigged." Blah blah blah. Like,
right, but there was no possible way they could win because if Pittsburgh wins, it's obviously rigged. They got Crosby, they got Lemieux, they have 5 Stanley Cups. If Edmonton wins, they've already won it 4 times. Rigged. If Toronto wins, they're just trying to bail out the Leafs for being incompetently run. Rigged.
Okay. What
Like,
other-
I know I'm muted. There we go.
Can
And
we talk playoffs instead of non-playoffs?
wait,
We
one more
are
time.
a draft analysis show, Matt. What are you talking about? We talk drafts on this show.
Is there any
We
way
love
that,
drafts.
is there any way the Rangers trade this pick?
No way.
He's
Absolutely.
a can't miss, right?
This is a deep draft, but he is the clear-cut number 1.
Like he's a can't miss.
You would be crazy too.
Ovi
The
has
guy's
more
going-
points all time than Crosby.
Why do you have to say like
He won't because he's not a center. He's a winger, so he won't get more
he
points.
said Ovi has more career points than Crosby. He just
He does. It's
Oh.
true.
Yeah.
By like
Jesse.
15, I think.
Jesse.
What's up? What I do?
Stop.
What I do?
Really loud.
Right. So there were 2 other significant things that happened in hockey today. Number 1 concerns both Schnells. It's official now. Dale Talon's not coming back as the GM of the Panthers.
Bird.
I think a lot of Florida fans are pretty happy about this one.
10 years. 10 years. 10 years.
Yeah,
And we
I
had
think-
let's see. We had 5 playoff wins. I guess you can say 6, including the one against the Islanders, if you're counting the qualifying round.
technically that doesn't count, but yeah, no series wins, couple of playoff appearances, a lot of bad contracts. Not a great look for Dale.
The worst of them all. The worst thing that he ever did was not protect Marchessault. Marchessault? Marchessault.
Yeah,
And then trade Riley Smith
Marshy.
with him.
Yeah, Marchie, you got that right. Yeah, good job.
Future captain of the Vegas Golden Knights.
Yeah. They lost to the Caps in the cup. in
They're
five.
number 1 seed this year.
I don't care.
They haven't got a new GM in place yet. They're going to do a search, but the 2 names that I'm hearing are Scott Mellenby, who works in the front office right now, obviously a Panthers legend, former captain.
Ellens.
We
I
love
believe
you,
the first captain of the
Mellenby.
Florida
Oh, yes,
Panthers.
we do.
Obviously is known for the rat trick and that magical run they had in 96. I personally really hope he gets the job because he's a first-time GM, big connections to the organization, and I just like that better than hiring like big-name guys who've been executives before. The other guy whose name has been thrown out there is Ron Hextall, and I don't like that one nearly as much. He did a decent job in Philadelphia, I guess, but he never played for the Panthers. He hasn't worked in Florida's organization before. It just seems like kind of a random hire. So I'm hoping it's Mellenby. But if it's Hextall, I think you could do a lot worse. Peter Chiarelli's available too, so let's hope they don't go that route.
You know who else? Oh, sorry. Go on.
Wait, what were you going to say?
You know who else is available?
John Shaka, but
Yeah, that's what I'd like to see. John Shaka to the Panthers.
the Coyotes are trying to argue that his contract is still valid, so he can't sign a new one with a different team. So if another team wants to,
God, the Coyotes, man.
they have to go through the Coyotes first, and they're not going to let them do that. So he's not really an option, even if it seems like he might be. And the other piece of hockey news that happened today is that Bob McKenzie is retiring.
Yeah.
He's going to be doing
Sort of.
draft rankings. He's going to be helping with the draft coverage on NBC, making a couple of appearances here and there. But other than that, it's it for the Bob father. And this is a huge loss for hockey. I think we can all agree that Bob McKenzie is one of the best
Never heard of him until today.
personalities out there. And we're all going to miss him. So that really bummed me out, honestly.
I've
Never heard of him.
never heard of him until today. I watch ESPN. And I figured out, but I found out who I did some research on a hockey insider because I wanted to learn more about hockey. So I put Pierre LeBrun on notifications because he seemed like a viable option. Because I didn't think anybody with ESPN would be a good. I mean, Greg Wyshynski, Emily Kaplan, they do a pretty good job. But I'm just saying that for me, I thought that putting a.
Okay, what do you have anything else hockey related, Evan?
Playoffs start tomorrow. First game is Montreal versus Philly. Go Habs, go! And that's all I got.
And the Flyers will win that series in 5 games.
Wow.
Okay.
So
I wasn't gonna talk about this, but now I am.
No, we're gonna.
I am thrilled. I'm thrilled that the Habs are playing Philly instead of Tampa Bay because it's just a terrible matchup for the Canadians. We can't beat Tampa Bay. 0-4 against the Lightning this year. The last game was a 4-0 shutout loss.
No.
When Tampa wasn't playing great towards the end of the year. So I'm glad we got Philly. We were able to get a point in every game against the Flyers this year, even down the stretch when they were starting to get really hot. Carter Hart, he's been great so far. He looked great in the round robin. Inexperienced, and for a young goaltender in the playoffs, I kind of like that. I'd rather face him than a guy who's won the Vezina Trophy, gone on some deep playoff runs before. I still think Philly wins, but I also think it's going to be a lot closer.
Yeah. I was surprised to see the Flyers blowing away
Boston,
Washington, and Tampa in 3 games. I was also surprised to see the Bruins didn't even win a game. So
yeah, they've got some things to figure out. And another thing for Philly that you can interpret one of 2 ways is that the top guys really didn't play a huge factor in their 3 round robin wins. It was their depth guys, their secondary scoring, getting the job done. Kevin Hayes' line was fantastic. That second line, amazing. Claude Giroux, complete non-factor. Voracek only played 2 of the 3 games.
The checker.
Sean Couturier is a great player in more ways than one. He doesn't need to score to be effective, but he didn't put up a whole lot of points either. So those guys need to get going for Philly. And if they continue to stay cold, that just plays right into the hands of the Canadians. We like it low scoring, and if Philly's going to be playing a lot of close games, that suits us just fine.
I will add my station's sports reporter reported just in the 10 o'clock news that Golden Knights have not picked the goalie for tomorrow. So who knows? But I'm looking forward to this Golden Knights Blackhawks series. So
yeah. It should be very high scoring. That's the one thing I gotta say. We know the Hawks can run and gun with the best of them. Vegas scored a ton of goals.
Right.
I think this is going to be another series where defense is kind of optional. But you're right, Clevinger. That this should be a lot of fun, especially since Leonard's very familiar with Chicago.
Yep.
So if he's in net, that'll get interesting pretty quick.
Yep.
Could be. I think.
I got to take. So the Islanders are going to beat the Capitals because Barry Trotz knows everything he needs to know about the Capitals. Also, but I'm also kind of happy at the same time because I didn't really want to play Carolina again because I played them last year and that didn't really work out. So I don't know.
Carolina beat Boston.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I'm sick of Boston. I'm
sick of the Pens, and thank you very much, Evan, for your team. I mean, you didn't do anything but be a fan, but the Habs, they're my new second favorite team. Just because they ended the run for the stupid Pens, annoying franchise, horrible fans, annoying people, terrible, overrated players.
He has friends that are Pens fans, so
2 of them, and they're so annoying.
Watch hockey.
I will.
Watch that hockey.
All right. It's enough. Okay. Movies with Matt.
Horrible franchise.
All right, hit me with the sound.
Movies with Matt. Oh no, that's the wrong one. Oh no.
Come on, Jeremy. I can whip up a fact of the day than me.
It's time for everyone's favorite segment. Well, kind of.
Life moves pretty fast. You don't stop and look around once in a while, you could miss it.
There are no 2 words in the English language more harmful than good job. You'll always have passion.
Here's Movies with
Matt.
Hello.
Hey.
The Muppets 2011 version.
Again?
No, this is a different thing.
This is before Muppets Now, and I watched the second episode of Muppets Now, and it was a little bit better than the first
Did
one.
I mention that the Pens fans suck?
Start walking.
I'm going to tell you about the Muppets Now episode after I play a special sound that I have, after I briefly talk about the movie, and this is probably the briefest of movies with Matt I've done because I didn't really want to go into detail about it because it was just a meh movie. So I, for some reason, am a sucker for the Muppets. Kermit, Miss Piggy, Fozzie, Gonzo, you know the characters.
Sure.
Yet it was just until this weekend, I had never seen the 2011 film. It's based up on the story of a man named Gary and his Muppet brother Walter who get Kermit to wrangle up the Muppet crew to hold a fundraiser to save Muppet Studios from being sold and raised by an oil tycoon, Tex Richmond, not to be confused with former Secretary of State who was actually an oil tycoon before getting appointed Secretary of State, Rex Tillerson. This is Tex Richmond. There are some celebrity cameos in this film, including from Jack Black and Jim Parsons, who I completely forgot existed on the face of this earth. Jim Parsons. Like, I'm sorry, Big Bang Theory's over, and it is over. Like,
You've forgotten about every character?
I forgot about the Big Bang Theory was what it was.
Young Sheldon is still on.
Reruns are on.
No, Young Sheldon still has new seasons.
I don't care about CBS programming. I work for Fox.
Mallory, put it on the poll. Did you know Young Sheldon was still on?
You could very well work for a CBS station one day.
I probably will. Anyway, there's a lot of self-deprecating humor in this film, but it is a thoroughly enjoyable film highlighted by the number Man or Muppet. Now, because the Muppets are timeless and can also easily be imitated, I have a treat for you. This is from this is a portion of a YouTube/SoundCloud video that has been done. Someone decided to take Hamilton and make it all Muppet characters. So here is Kermit the Frog and Miss Piggy. If you want to guess which characters they are in Hamilton, do it now.
Okay. Well, I mean, it's got to be like Kermit is Alexander Hamilton and Miss Piggy is Eliza.
Yep.
Eliza.
No singing.
And here is them singing "Helpless."
Should be Piggy. Can't hear it.
It's very hard to do. Yeah, that's but quick recap of Muppets Now episode 2. I didn't like it except one of the mini shows on there, which was Pepe hosting a game show where he was making up the rules as he went, going against Scooter, the producer of the show. So I pose this question to you guys. Would you like to be on a game show where the host made up the rules as it went along?
I'm on one every week.
What's that?
It's called the Jesse Morrison Show.
I thought...
I got nothing here, but like, I mean, Jeremy's right. I made the rules as I go.
Yeah.
So on the poll, does Jesse make up the rules as he goes?
Yes.
I don't know. I mean, I think we've got a pretty good thing going right here, especially because I'm on it, and I have told you guys that Pittsburgh Penguins fans are really obnoxious, and the team's got a bunch of overrated players. Have I said that yet?
Yeah.
No.
Do you want me to go into polls or?
What else do we got? Was that it?
Yeah, that's it. I mean, we've been on for like an hour and 20 minutes.
I got polls.
Can I update the polls today?
Are we gonna tease to JJ before the polls, or are we gonna go polls and then JJ?
production meeting.
Yeah. Okay. So we're gonna take a pauser here. We're gonna come back for polls, but we're gonna bring on JJ, the TikTok star, and then we will roll into polls. So here's that.
Welcome back to the Why So Serious show alongside Mallory Schnell. I'm Jeremy Schnell, and we have Jesse Morrison with us, and we have a special guest today. It's JJ. He's a content creator on TikTok and other different platforms. So JJ, kind of take us through what started you, getting going on TikTok and stuff.
Oh man, so 1 year ago last week I downloaded it. I didn't really want to, but my sister, she kind of convinced me to. I was like, I don't even want to. But one day I was just scrolling on my For You page and I was like, okay, so I made a couple videos and yeah, I found my niche eventually and I blew up.
Yeah, it's kind of, yeah, go ahead, Jesse.
So like when did it start to blow up? When did you notice it blow up, and like what were the videos that kind of led to that?
All right, so my first time blowing up, it was like November. I recorded something in school. It went crazy. I got like 200K off of it. But ever since then, ever since November, my account was dead. But come March, I started the Cookout series, and that's when like it took off. I'm at like almost 900 now. So
that's awesome, man. Yeah, and I guess you kind of started to find what you wanted to do on the app, as you said. You know, people do dancing, they do comedy. Like, where, like, in between are you? Like, do you do like entertaining stuff and comedy, or is it just kind of just?
I'm more of a comedy guy. I dance too, but like the thing is, I can post a comedy video, it'll blow up immediately. As soon as I post a dance video, TikTok does not push it out. That's the one thing I hate about dancing. It just doesn't go out.
And are you in high school or are you in college?
I'm a senior in high school now.
Nice. So what are all your friends saying about all the stuff on TikTok?
It's cool. They knew I was famous, but like not famous, but like they knew I had a little bit of TikTok clout. That was when I was at like the 200Ks, and they said I really grew a lot since school. But yeah.
An unfortunate reality might be coming soon. What happens if TikTok is banned in the United States?
TikTok is banned. I'm gonna just move to YouTube and use whatever we have, because there's way more apps than just TikTok. There's Instagram. I'm gonna always have a platform, so I'm gonna just use whatever I have.
Yeah. So I guess also moving forward, is the entertainment business something that you want to go into as a career?
Oh yeah, it is. I'm actually in a film class at my school, and I was the sports anchor in my school. I was nervous, but it helped me. I'm good at speaking now. Yeah. So definitely.
I'm also a sports anchor here in Montana on SWX Montana, Jesse, right?
Yep, he is a sports anchor in a town of 28,000 people.
Yeah, I always like to plug my show every time that we're on the Why So Serious show, right, Jesse?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, go ahead, Jesse. I know you have more questions.
Oh no, I was just gonna say, hey, if you're looking to become a sports anchor full time, Arizona State's got a great school for it. If you're looking for colleges for next year,
I'm looking into it.
Yeah, we're all either Cronkite alum or current Cronkite alum, which is the journalism school at Arizona State. So that's all I was gonna throw out.
Of course. Also, as you said, you have a nice little cookout series going. So we got a couple questions. We know you're into the NBA. So let's take a look at some of these guys. Now, for Hassan Whiteside, I know he's one of those players who is a little funny on YouTube or Snapchat and stuff like that. But like, I think we would have to like bring in like kind of like an animal or something of some sorts, like a mascot maybe. And I think he'd be in if you invite him. I think he'd be skeptical about the whole thing, is what I'm saying.
If I invite him to the cookout?
Yeah.
I feel like he'd come. Yeah, I like Whiteside.
Yeah, but you need to like bring like Barney or like Mickey Mouse or something for Whiteside. Yeah, no, he's into those cartoons. Yeah. Like he loves that. Yeah. So big matchup today. Jimmy Butler and TJ Warren. By the time this goes out, this game will be over. Now they butt heads before. Now I want to know which you can only invite one because they're not coming together, right? They're not real friends, as you can see. So who are you inviting?
I would invite both, but TJ Warren, he's been balling, so I'm gonna have to go with him for right now.
Unbelievable. Unbelievable.
I feel like you have something to prove.
Unbelievable, man. I can't believe you just now we got the man himself.
This one's got to be a no question, right?
Yeah, this one's got to be a no question.
I'll give him an invite.
What?
Oh, just an invite. Why not a no question? I mean, he's like everyone's favorite player.
Yeah, he's cool. I'll give him a no.
You're from Dallas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so you know about Boban.
Hmm?
You know about Boban a little bit then.
Yeah, I do.
Yeah.
It's just like I'm from Dallas. It's not my favorite team though. It's really not.
Oh, who's your favorite team then?
It's probably the Rockets or Blazers right now.
Nice. Oh, the Blazers.
I keep
so you do like Whiteside, huh?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. All right. So, but if you're inviting Boban, you have to invite Tobias Harris. They're like best friends, inseparable guys. Yeah, Tobias Harris coming, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Good.
Which players are just absolute no questions for you?
Which players, like anybody in the league?
Anybody in the league, yeah.
All right, John Morant, he's a definite no question.
Yeah, he's got, like you said, I was watching your video, and you guys got like the same type of hair going too, you know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We do. We actually do. Who else? Dame, he's definitely no question. He's been balling, like crazy balling.
Yeah. Yeah, he had a rough game against the Clippers the other day, but then he came back and balled. 51. Yeah.
What about Devin Booker?
Devin Booker, he's invited.
Okay.
Cool.
He just shot his shot with Kendall Jenner on Instagram. He just shot a shot.
You did?
Yeah.
What about I wanted to thank you for doing something. So in other regions of the country, I'm from Virginia, so not as southern as Texas, but kind of southern. So I just wanted to thank you for calling it a cookout, not a barbecue. A barbecue requires barbecue. A cookout is hot dogs and hamburgers. Am I right?
Cookout is a cookout. Like, there's a difference. People like it's the same thing. I'm like,
not really. No, it's not. See?
Atmosphere. Barbecue is just like, you know.
It's the same thing, bro. Like, come on. There's no
It's
difference.
not. It's not the same thing at all.
When I reached out to you, I was really, really bummed that you didn't answer my invite to the show with a no question, actually. Because, like,
oh, my God. Yeah.
that was a missed opportunity, bro. Come on.
I missed it.
So, do you play basketball in high school?
Yeah, I do. I'm going into my senior year.
Nice. What position you play?
I rotate between 2 and 3.
Nice.
So I'm probably going to be a guard next year.
Nice.
You think about doing it, going to the next level?
Huh?
You think about pursuing it and going to the next level with it?
I play for fun. I don't really know. This year, if I ball out, I'm like, I just haven't touched a basketball in a minute. I don't really kind of deep into this film stuff and TikTok and social media right now that I'll be securing whatever I'll do.
Yeah, see, what happened to me is that I got to freshman year in high school, and I was like, oh, all these kids are bigger than me, and I really can't play sports anymore. So then I became a broadcaster, and that's usually what happens with us. Right, Jesse? Like, when you got to high school, you're like, oh, I can't play baseball anymore. And
I couldn't ever play baseball or basketball or lacrosse or anything that I tried, even though I loved it. So thanks for putting that one right out there, you know.
Now, Mallory,
yes.
You got any questions? Yeah, go ahead.
My question is, who is like the most starstruck that you've been on someone commenting like on a TikTok?
Oh gosh, I don't know. That's a hard question. I'll give you a couple though. Okay. Y'all watch the show Outer Banks?
Yeah.
So
I don't.
Star Chase Stokes, like the main surfer dude, he commented on the Outer Banks cookout. I was like,
wow.
Dallas Mavs commented on it.
Really?
That's awesome.
Cool.
Have y'all heard of Lemonade Mouth from Disney?
Yep.
This one dude, you know, with the hair.
Oh yeah.
He commented on it. It was like a lot of celebrities. I forgot, but usually the celebrities caught traction to it when I did like TV shows and movies.
That's awesome.
I saw you did You. So have you watched both seasons of You?
I did.
Yeah, that show's weird, dude. Like that show is so weird.
Come back.
Yeah, are you like? What do you think is gonna happen next? Because like the final scene was like them in like the backyard and him like spying on the girl next door.
I actually don't know how they're gonna pick up from this because aren't they like married or?
Yeah, they're married and they're both killers.
I don't know what he's gonna do next. I don't.
It's gonna be so weird, dude. That he's just never gonna be satisfied. I think that's what like the whole idea of it is. It's such a weird show, dude.
All right. So I had a very important question. So which one of us, like, what? So just go through the three of us. What are we getting to the cookout?
What are y'all getting, or are y'all invited?
Like, are we invited, or are we getting a to-go play, or are we a no question? Like, what is it?
Do that. Y'all are all invited for giving me an invite on the show, you know. So.
Yeah, thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, and
if anybody were to get the boot, it'd be Jesse, though. Like,
no, I'm the one that said cookout.
No, but like, here's the thing about you, Jesse. You'd be mingling with absolutely everybody. You'd be that guy who's just going around introducing yourself.
Of course. Cookouts are one of my favorite things. I love to grill the hot dogs because when you're grilling the hot dogs, everyone's coming and talking to you because they want to talk to the hot dog guy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, but you're who's this weird kid? Everybody's like, he's coming around saying hi to everybody, and then they're like, all right, he's got to hit the door now.
No, this would be this. I would never hit the door. There would be no shot that I would hit the door.
He's definitely badly.
Anyway, is there anything else that you wanted to ask, Jesse, or are we good?
I'm good.
Yeah. All right, JJ, thanks for being on with us on the Why So Serious show. We really appreciate your time and hope to talk to you again tomorrow.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
All right, welcome back to the Why So Serious show. We are going to look over some of our polls now, and I'm going to scroll down and find the polls that we've done since the last time that we did.
I was wearing a different shirt in that interview.
Yeah, he was. It's okay. It's all good.
I was.
Yeah, I said that. I was wearing a different shirt too, I believe. Yeah. I spilled some food on my other shirt. Should the real Chris Paul be a little more worried about how the fake Chris Paul is getting into his house? 100% yes.
Is that Alfonso Ribeiro, by the way?
Yes, it's Carlton. It's Carlton.
That's awesome. That is awesome.
Stop trying to be me. What does he say? Something. So he says something to Nancy, and her name is not Nancy.
Too many Chris Paul State Farm commercials and that one Jason Tatum commercial where he gets really excited about a $113 check.
Hey, if we have football season, you know what we're 1 month away from? Aaron Rodgers State Farm commercials.
Wow, you know what we're 1 month away from? The All-State commercials.
No.
Mayhem?
No All-State commercials this year. We've got State Farm.
What are the Peyton commercials? Which one is Peyton on?
Peyton's nationwide.
Nationwide.
With Brad Paisley.
With Brad Paisley. They're great.
And they sit there and talk about Peytonville and then.
Peytonville, that's right.
Also,
I think that Peyton Manning definitely actually annoys Brad Paisley in real life. 100%.
If you watch Brad Paisley Thinks He's Special, it was you got to find it. It's great.
Brad Paisley's funny. Like, he could have a career in comedy if he wasn't a country music singer. I mean, some of his songs are already really funny.
All right, but anyway, progressive commercials suck. I'm sorry.
They've got some new ones. I like the ones like You're Becoming Your Parents. Those are
okay. Those are meh.
Those are great.
Flo needs to be fired.
Tom Pritchard, how you doing?
All right, get back to the polls.
Is it a back-to-back if you played the Wizards in one of the games? 67% no. Cottage cheese, ? Love it, 0%. Okay at the salad bar, 0%. Secretly like it was my answer, 25%. And terrible, 75%.
What's the context behind this commercial?
I was eating cottage cheese tonight.
Okay.
It's not that bad. Like, it's one of those things with a weird name, and so people don't like it. Do you scream, Agumbawale? Like Adam Amin every time you hear Arike Agumbawale's name? 40% yes, 60% no. Unfortunately, that wasn't the correct answer. But Adam Amin liked the tweet, so it's good.
Voice on Fox Sports.
Yeah, he is on Fox Sports now. He's a good.
He calls Bulls games.
He's a good friend. Did you forget about MLS is back? 90% yes. By the way, I didn't realize that I was as good of a friend with Adam Amin until the Pac-12 women's basketball tournament. When he acted like I was his long-lost best friend that I'd seen, I was like,
Then
cool, dude. You're great. What'd you say?
Haven't met Bill Walton.
My best friend Braden. Is the mustard guy the guy you want to settle down with? 62% no. I don't think it matters what a guy puts on their hot dog. Not gonna lie, or a girl. Like I really don't. I have
it as 56% no. By the way,
I don't put anything on my hot dog.
Me neither.
Yeah, well, that's weird. If somebody, Marie, where are you at? Was it a shockingly controversial season? I don't think it was. But 94% yes. Is Naomi's mom the weirdest person ever associated with The Bachelor? She is quite odd. They buried a bird that and made him. I mean, Barb's up there, but Barb is just like a normal like in-law, like kind of judging. Like she's a relatively normal in-law, but this lady had them perform like a ritual and said that he was like reincarnated. So yeah, I don't know about that. 53% no though. It's pretty close. It's almost never happened before, but it's not. Are you tired of these awkward interviews Chris Harrison does with the former contestants? 54% no, 46% yes. Is a pep talk essential? 63% yes. Megan the Stallion or Megan the Stallion? It's 88% Megan the Stallion. Do baseball players love road trips? 75% yes. Can you say something about anyone's mom without getting punched in the face? 57% no. Did you know young Sheldon was still making new episodes? Surprisingly, 75% yes. And then does Jesse Morrison make up the rules as he goes? 50-50 never happened before. I answered yes on that.
No. It's now 67-33.
Okay, all right. Well,
33.
Never happened before.
That has happened before. All right. Well, big thanks to JJ. We might see him again tomorrow. We'll probably see him again tomorrow. Nice kid. He's got a great future. I mean, let me tell you guys, these Gen Zers and their entrepreneurship. I mean, I'm one of them, but I am not. I'm on the fringes of the Gen Z. Apparently, I used to be classified as a millennial until a couple years ago. But hey, they are some entrepreneurs. So yeah, JJ, my dude.
On the rise.
On the rise. Yeah, follow us on Twitter at the letter Y So Serious Show, and we will unfortunately see you tomorrow.
Good night, Canada.
See you Wednesday.